What is it like being a Jamaican in Arkansas? Hi, I'm Xavier Murphy, founder of Jamaicans.com, and today in Jamaicans to the World, I welcome Camille Rose, a Jamaican living in Arkansas. Hi, Camille.
Hi, Xavier. How are you?
Good, good. Where in Arkansas are you?
I am in Benton, Arkansas. That's probably around 20 minutes from the capital, Little Rock, Arkansas.
Okay, all right. So, which part of Jamaica are you from?
I am from the best parish, Usain's Parish, Trelawney.
Okay, so you run fast?
No, can't run at all. I didn't get those jeans or eat that yam. I don't even like yam, so no.
Wait. You don't like yam?
I don't like yam. I think it's something that's definitely wrong with me because whenever I eat yam, it tastes bitter. But if somebody else eats the same piece of yam, it tastes fine. So no.
All right. I'm not. I was going to take away the Jamaican card from you, but I will leave it at that. You just have to get the right piece of yellow yam, not even roast yam.
Oh gosh, no. No. If I go to the roast yam place, I need some roast sweet potato. I'll eat that.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
So, which school in Jamaica you're representing and you're bigging up?
I kind of want you to guess. I'm
No.
from Trelawney,
Right?
and I am smart, obviously. So I'm from the best school, not only in Trelawney, but in Jamaica.
Don't start that. Don't
Yes,
start that. You may as well tell
Westwood
us.
High School. That
Which
school
one,
on top of the hill with the straw hat. Yes.
which school it is?
Westwood High School. I'm a proud alumni of Westwood High School.
All right. Big up Westwood.
Yes.
Is there a teacher at Westwood that influenced you that you remember and you want to big her up or big him or her up?
Yeah, there are a few teachers that I remember and who are still influential in my life. The one that I'll big up though is Miss Valerie Thomas. She was our form teacher in seventh grade. And you know those teachers who are kind of rough around the edges and you don't know if you really like them when you're in school, but when you're out of school, you kind of appreciate what they did for you. Yeah,
Okay.
she's one of those, and she still stays in touch. So I love her for that.
Awesome. 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 All right. Tell us a little bit about your journey to the United States, if there was any culture shock when you came to the United States, and if you had stops along the way, quick, you can briefly tell us the stops, but how
Okay.
did you get to Arkansas?
So I moved here almost 20 years ago with my immediate family. My mom is a registered nurse. She was a registered nurse, midwife, public health nurse in Jamaica. So for those of you who are in Trelawney, St. Anne, if you know Carmen Rose, Nurse Powell, that's my mom. I'm dead stamp of her, so you're probably seeing her when you look at me. So she worked in public health, I think in Alexandria, in Brownstown, and she also worked for a long time at St. Bay Hospital as an RN. And so in 2004, she got an offer to work at a hospital here in Arkansas. And with that offer, she was able to bring her husband and her kids. So we came with her. And I remember when we went to the embassy to get our process done, the um, the agent was like, "You're going to Arkansas? Like, who goes to Arkansas?" And one thing that was really comforting that the agent said was, although this isn't a place that a lot of people immigrate to, it's a great place to raise a family. So that really helped my mom in her decision to come here. So I remember I moved here like right after high school. It was probably maybe 2, 3 days after my high school graduation. And talk
Mm,
about a culture shock because I moved here in the middle of the summer, moved here in July. I think I moved here on the 4th of July, so it was actually the holiday. And if you've ever been to the South, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, any of those states, the summers are very humid. So I remember stepping off the plane and thinking, wow, something is wrong because the air just felt so thick and just so heavy.
pushing
And
against you.
yes. And I'm used to, like the cool breeze in Jamaica. It wasn't like that here. It's just hot and sticky. So that was like my first experience. I'll never forget. It's 20 years, but I still remember how it felt stepping off the airplane. But I
Wow.
think my biggest culture shock was my first day in college. So, as I
Mm,
said, I had already finished high school. And so, when I moved here by August, when they start their semesters here, it was time for me to go to college. And so, there is a college that's close to where we lived in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. And it's an HBCU, historically black college. And
mm-hmm.
so I remember enrolling in the college. I was 16 years old, fresh. And
Probably one of the youngest there.
yes. And I tell this story all the time because I lasted one day. My mom lost a lot of money on me. Yes, I went to school, and as I said, I went to Westwood in Jamaica, so that's an all-girls school. We're like trained to be very, mannerable and diligent, and just, you know, it's strict, you know. And so I'm in this classroom, and the students are behaving and talking to the teacher all sorts of ways, and I'm just in shock. And I remember like going on the quad, like the common area of the school, and they're like driving up their cars and blasting music and just congregating. I was just like, I can't do this. I think it was too because I was so young.
Right, right.
So that was my first and last day
Oh
at the
wow.
school.
Oh
And
wow.
having just moved here, we didn't know like the correct process to withdraw from classes and stuff. So I just quit. So we still ended up paying for a semester. Yeah. So when
So you
people ask,
donated. You made a donation.
consider it a donation. So when people ask me about culture shock, that's the main example
Wow.
that comes to me.
All right. The people of Arkansas. Everybody thinks America is America. No, people are different in different states.
Yes.
And so tell us a little bit about the people in Arkansas.
I don't like to stereotype.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not
So
saying
okay.
stereotype, I
Okay.
know like let's say it's the South and maybe they're
Yes.
warm, manners, everybody have again, I'm just, I'm
I've
not saying
met a good
stereotype.
mix. I've met a good mix. Honestly, when we just moved here, we met angels who like stood in the gap for us, who would take us places we needed to go because we didn't have a ride, right away, or would kind of educate us or inform us on the different processes and procedures here, whether that had to do with school or just getting around, getting your papers, whatever, right?
Okay.
So, in addition to those people who are nice and warm, we have come in contact with other people who aren't so open and inviting, right?
Okay.
But I won't let that kind of mar um, my description or my
All right,
feeling
all
of
right.
people
We're
here.
resilient. We have tough skin.
Yes.
So, yeah, but it's all that southern charm, the morning
Southern charm ain't for everybody. Everybody doesn't get Southern charm. Yeah. You
So
have people here, you have good and bad. Good and bad. Like whatever you've heard, it's here. And then the
okay.
opposite is also here.
All right. What is the funniest experience when you tell somebody that you are Jamaican?
All right. So when I moved here 20 years ago, and even still now, the Caribbean or the Jamaican population isn't that big. Okay. So where I live is central Arkansas. And then there's U of A, the University of Arkansas, that's in Fayetteville, that's more northwest Arkansas, right? So a lot of Jamaicans come to Arkansas to go to school, but because of track and field. So Veronica Campbell is a big Arkansan because she went to Fayetteville, right? Usain Bolt and Wally Spearman trained in Fayetteville, right? And so apart from that kind of thing, you don't really find a lot of Jamaicans here like you would
Okay.
in Florida or New York, right?
Okay.
So the funniest thing that happens when I say I'm Jamaican, people will ask me, why are you here? Or some stupid questions like, do you have houses in Jamaica? Or they'll ask me to talk for them, right?
Okay.
And especially like when I just moved here. Now, not so much, because I think my accent is kind of watered down a little bit. It's still there. You can still get it out of me, especially if I'm kind of emotional
Yes.
or whatever. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna come out. But the funniest thing is just people being interested in the culture and the language and asking you to speak for them, or they'll try to imitate you. And usually the words that they know are like curse
The bad
words,
words.
right? And then yeah, or they'll try to do the dances, or they'll talk about what is it, Cool Runnings? Yeah,
Yeah,
Cool
the
Runnings.
movie, yeah, a very popular movie,
Yeah,
very popular.
yeah.
So, in terms of your, you mentioned there's not a lot of Caribbean people there, but do you have, um, a large enough group in Central Arkansas where there's maybe a Caribbean organization that has an annual event, or there's nothing really that draws the community together?
So there used to be a Caribbean organization. I'm not sure how active it is now. I went to one meeting and I didn't go back because it was like older people, right? But
Okay.
my friend who went to the meeting with me, he's Jamaican too. He's from Kingston, and he's more active in the social scene. And
Okay.
now I see him promoting reggae nights and like carnival dances and stuff. He's trying to do more of that here, right? And
Okay.
so him, along with other people, including my dad, have tried to bring the culture to Arkansas. So in
Okay.
addition to parties and socials and stuff that he'll put on, he does food. And my dad also has a food truck here. And
Which we're gonna talk about in a minute, but but what's the name of the gentleman, or who should someone contact if someone from the Arkansas area that said, "Oh, I never know Jamaicans are there, events are there." Do you want to throw a name out? Is he on Instagram, or is
yes,
he on Facebook or whatever? Can you, if not, we can always, somebody can post it down there if you give the name. Maybe
yes,
he'll
I'll
put it
give
in the
his
comment.
name. His name is Danae Halstead. And
Okay.
he's on Facebook definitely. I don't know if he's on Insta, but he does promotions on Facebook. So that's
Okay.
Danae Halstead.
Okay. All right. So I was getting to food now, which is, where do you get your Jamaican fix? But it sounds like, your dad has a food truck,
Yes.
and so that's where you get your fix.
That's where I get my fix every day. I don't cook. I don't have to cook, right? So before my dad opened his food truck, and I've heard this isn't just me. This isn't just a biased opinion. You know, Jamaica is a coveted culture, right? A lot of people love the food, love the culture, want to be Jamaican, and so because of that, there are people who try to do it, try to
Emulate.
yeah, but it's not the same, right? And so right now, my dad has a food truck. It's called 105 Side Island Grill, and it's here in Benton. It's at the North Street station. That's at 303 North Street in Benton, and he does catering as well. And so that's where I get my authentic Jamaican food. Yes.
Is there a typical Arkansas food that you find people who are from, native to Arkansas usually eat?
I think anything fried. So like
Okay.
fried pickles, fried okra, fried tomato, fried green tomatoes. You
Okay.
can tell that I enjoy those things.
So, uh, with your father having a food truck, and I'm switching back to the Jamaican food,
Mhm.
what are some of the stories he tells you about when people try like a jerk chicken, or or curry or whatever for the first time? What is one of the funniest stories you remember?
It's kind of like an eye-opening experience. It's kind of like Euphoria, you know? Have you ever seen those cartoons where you probably the person does something and a light, a halo kind of glow? Yes, it's like that. So people come and he does a lot of samples again because some people haven't tried the food and sometimes like jerk chicken is spicy or the sauce is spicy, so that he let them try it. They come over and over and over and over again. you know? And so they absolutely love it. As far as funny stories,
No, that's fine. You don't have to dig deep because I think just them coming trying to sample it sounds like and keep on coming back is
yes,
fun, you know.
yes. I think what's funny, I think one funny story. I have two boys. They're 7 and 8, and they are his promoters. Okay, they weren't even born in Jamaica, but they swear they're Jamaican, and they walk through their school and tell their teachers that they have to go to daddy's food truck and bring lunch for their teachers and coupons. And look, they are kind of strong arming the whole school to go support this food truck. So I think if anything, that's funny.
Wow, wow. He has the biggest promoters and they are Jamaican. We claim them. They
Yeah,
are Jamaican,
they
you
are.
know. But I can see him convincing some teachers who are now probably regular, some of them regular customers now.
Definitely, definitely.
So cost of living. What's the cost of living like in Arkansas?
All right, so that's one thing that I love about Arkansas. So I told you that I moved here when I was 16.
Yes.
I bought my house when I was 20, you know? And again, that was what, 16 years ago. So it's not, look, inflation has kind of pushed those prices up a little bit. But compared to New York, Florida, Texas, no, the cost of living is very low here. You can buy a house, you can buy your car, you can live comfortably here. So
Okay.
you have to take the good with the bad. There's a lot
Right.
of good. There are a lot of benefits to being here. As I said, the agent in the embassy told my parents that this was the best place to raise a family, right? So the cost of living, no issues here. Very,
Good.
very good.
Good. So, what would you recommend if I was to visit? It says, Xavier, you have to see, go to this event that happens in Arkansas, or it could be a place. You could
Yeah.
say, here is a place I want you to, you have to visit this place. What would that be if I was to visit?
So Arkansas is the natural state, right? So wherever you are in Arkansas, you're surrounded by beauty, especially in the fall months. To see the leaves changing on the tree, it is absolutely gorgeous, right? Just a drive through Arkansas is going to be beautiful. But some places that you can visit are Petit Jean Mountain, for example. There, if you like hiking, if you like outdoorsy stuff, if you like camping, it's Arkansas.
Okay.
Um,
All
yeah,
right.
if you
All
like
right.
being on the rivers. Another thing is um, Walmart originated in Arkansas, right? And so Fayetteville, Springdale, Bentonville, that northeast side that I was talking about when I talked about Usain and Shelly-Ann.
Right.
What's it? It's not Shelly. Veronica. Yes.
Veronica Campbell. Yes.
That area, that northwest Arkansas area, is also a buzzing place to visit, especially for young people.
Okay. Well, listen, thank you, Camille, for spending some time with us. Couple more things. What's
Yes.
one piece of advice you'd give to anyone that is thinking of moving to Arkansas?
Come with an open mind, take advantage of all the positives here, right? As I said earlier, there are positives and negatives, but I think the positives outweigh the negatives. I've been here for 20 years. I was able to not only go to undergrad here, but go to law school. I am now an attorney. I work for the Air Force. I am in a very esteemed position. It's a very good pace of life, especially if you have a family. I know sometimes we like to chase the lights and the action, and we want to be in New York and in Florida. But Arkansas has really kept me grounded.
Awesome.
So I would say just take advantage of the positives that come with being here.
Awesome. All right. So I have a scenario. You leave Arkansas, you're headed to Jamaica.
Yes.
You land, possibly, I'm thinking in Montego Bay, and you get out of the airport. What is that first thing you're doing? Some people is a coconut water them drinking. Some people say I need a dip. Some people say I'm getting this
You need a
particular food.
patty. You need a patty, and it has to come from juicy beef.
Okay.
Juicy beef patty, hot. When when I'm eating it. Yes, first thing I want.
So, folks, you know what to get Camille if you're visiting her or visiting Arkansas. Camille, again, thank you for spending some time telling us about your journey to Arkansas and a little bit about the state of Arkansas.
Yes, thanks for having me.
As we say in Jamaica, little more.
Little more, thank you.
Show us some love now. Hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell. That way you don't miss a video.